Boston's North End is a beautiful historic neighborhood located in the heart of the city. It is one of the oldest residential communities in Boston and is known for its rich history, Italian heritage, vibrant atmosphere, and of course, delicious food. In this video, we'll take you with us on a pizza tour in Boston's North End. From traditional to modern style pizzas, we will visit all the iconic pizza places in the North End and give you our recommendations on which ones you should go to when you visit. Stick around to the end to hear our opinions on whether the iconic pizza places truly live up to the hype. And if you want to know more about what to do in the North End, be sure to check out our ultimate guide linked above. Our first stop is the famous Galleria Umberto. Galleria Umberto is a well-known and beloved establishment in the North End and has been serving delicious Italian food for decades. It is famous for its authentic Sicilian-style pizza and other Italian baked goods, as well as casual and friendly atmosphere with authentic and unpretentious vibes. They are particularly famous for their Sicilian-style pizza, which is characterized by its thick, square-shaped crust. The pizza is typically cooked in rectangular trays and cut into square slices. The menu here is relatively limited, focusing on a few main offerings like pizza, calzones, arancini, which is fried rice balls, paninis, and panzerottis, which is a fried dough filled with various ingredients. Of course, we came here for the pizza, but we just couldn't help ourselves and decided to also try the arancini. This place is famous for being super affordable, and the whole meal cost about $8. So after waiting in line for about an hour, I was very excited to try the pizza. In the sauce, you could taste a bunch of herbs and spices, and I also really liked the crispy burnt cheese bits on top. The dough was nice and fluffy, not soggy, and crispy on the bottom, and the ratio of dough to toppings was perfect. You can even see the tan line the dough got on the bottom. The pizza was overall pretty good and definitely a good value for the price, although I will say I've had better pizza. Now moving on to the arancini. It was fried perfectly with the outer crust being nice and crispy. I also really liked the filling as it was cheesy and beefy at the same time. My one complaint is that the rice was a bit bland and there was a bit too much of it, so it didn't feel all that balanced. Overall though, it was a pretty solid arancini and I would get it again, but probably I wouldn't wait an hour for it. And now for the final ratings. I really like the ambiance and how old school and authentic the place feels, and the employees were all super nice. What I didn't like is that the line was pretty long and the food was good but not super amazing to be worth that long wait. I will say though that the value in terms of price is really good. For my rating, I give Galleria Umberto 3.5 stars. Our next stop is Antico Forno, another staple in the North End. It's most known for its wood-fired oven pizzas and traditional Italian cuisine. The restaurant's interior has a cozy and rustic ambiance with exposed brick walls and a warm atmosphere. While the focus is on pizza, Antico Forno offers a diverse menu that includes a variety of Italian dishes such as pasta, seafood, salads, and more. One of the standout features of Antico Forno is its use of a wood-fired oven to cook its pizzas. We went for the margherita pizza, which honestly looked more like a cheese pizza to me. Have you seen a margherita pizza like this before? Let me know in the comments below. I also didn't like that it had exactly 3 basil leaves on it. The dough felt like it was a bit undercooked as well. Although the pizza wasn't that bad and the price was pretty reasonable, but it wasn't exactly great either. Also, the restaurant can get very loud and the service is just okay because of how busy they get. My rating for Antico Forno is 2 out of 5. If you're looking for a sit-down restaurant for a big group in the North End, it's not a bad option, but otherwise I would say there are better alternatives. From here we're gonna head on over to one of my personal favorite spots in the North End, Bova's Bakery. While Bova's is not necessarily particularly famous for their pizza, everything I've ever gotten from here was so good, and their pizza is no exception. While Bova is most famous for their cannolis and other sweet desserts, they also do serve some other Italian savory items, including calzones, arancinis, and of course, pizza. We decided to go for a regular cheese pizza, and it was really one of the best slices of pizza I've ever had. The ingredients in this pizza were so good. In the sauce you could really taste the delicious flavors of the tomatoes and oregano. And my favorite part about the pizza is the dough. It was super fluffy and airy, kind of like a focaccia bread, and it had really good flavor. The dough, cheese, and sauce all came together very nicely into an amazing slice of Sicilian-style pizza. For their pizza, I give Bova's a solid 5 out of 5. If you're picking up some desserts from Bova's on your trip to the North End and you're feeling something savory, definitely give the pizza a try. Right next to Bova's bakery is Parziale's bakery, which is a family-owned local bakery that has been around for over 100 years. Parziale's takes pride in their pizza, which they feature on a poster in their storefront window. They also offer the types of items that you might expect from an Italian bakery, including all kinds of breads, cookies, biscotti, cakes, and pastries, all at very reasonable prices. They are one of the oldest bakeries in the North End, a true mom-and-pop place that is somewhat off the beaten path and a local favorite. But since we came here for the pizza, let's go give it a try. Now this pizza is somewhat different than Bova's and Galleria Umberto's, which we tried earlier. This pizza is absolutely packed with toppings, with lots of cheese and a ton of sauce. This made the dough pretty soggy, not in a bad way, but more like all the flavors of the sauce really seeped into the dough. In this pizza, the sauce is the star of the show as it is super flavorful and plentiful. Some of the toppings even plopped off of the pizza as I was eating it. For my ratings, I give Parziale's a 4 out of 5 on their pizza. Another advantage is that this bakery is not super touristy, so there aren't any crazy lines here. You may have noticed that we bought the pizza from Parziale's on the street. That's because we came on the day of a North End feast. The North End feasts are a series of street fairs that occur on weekends in August. They celebrate the Italian heritage of the North End and allow both residents and visitors to come together and have a good time. Each weekend celebrates a different Italian saint or martyr with lots of music, dancing, religious ceremonies, food vendors, and more. The feasts in the North End are known for their lively atmosphere and are a significant part of Boston's cultural calendar. If you come to Boston in August, you should definitely check them out. And if you enjoyed this video so far, please like and subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Alright, back to our pizza tour. Our next stop is Locale, a more modern pizza shop. When it comes to pizza in the North End of Boston, Locale stands out to me as a true masterpiece of pizza craftsmanship. They take pizza to the next level and really understand how to balance contrasting and unique flavor combinations to provide an unforgettable dining experience. We got the Tartufo pizza, which has mushrooms, caramelized onions, fontina cheese, and truffle oil, and it was super delicious. Scattered across the pizza are a medley of mushrooms. They provide a nice contrast to the creamy cheese and the truffle oil and add a delightful umami depth. The caramelized onions had a touch of sweetness that plays off the earthiness of the truffle and mushrooms to create a really nice flavor profile. We also got the pistachio pesto pizza, which was also amazing. It has homemade pistachio pesto, sausage, and mozzarella cheese. They also have this sauce that you can sprinkle on the pizza and it is so good. It's kind of like a sweet and savory sauce, which reminds me a little bit of teriyaki, and it was really good. Also, the crust on this pizza is amazing. It is crispy yet chewy with a hint of smokiness from the wood-fired oven. I would highly recommend stopping by Locale, but if you do, be sure to make a reservation. And it goes without saying, my rating is a 5 out of 5. Ernesto's Pizza is a popular and well-loved pizzeria known for its delicious and generously sized slices of pizza. They offer a wide range of pizza toppings in a casual and friendly atmosphere, making it a great spot for a quick meal. Ernesto's is known for serving sizable pizza slices, making it a good value for your money. And actually, one slice of Ernesto's pizza is equivalent to 2 regular slices. The crust has the perfect crisp, the cheese is melted just right and not excessively greasy, and the homemade sauce is just right. You can't go wrong with a slice of Ernesto's pizza, and I give them a 5 out of 5. The final place we will visit is the famous Regina Pizzeria. Regina's is an iconic establishment in Boston's North End dating back to 1926. Since Regina's is so popular, the line here can get quite long, so I would recommend coming first thing when they open, or you can also order online and pick up the pizza to go. The inside of Regina's provides total nostalgic vibes. It is an old-looking restaurant but very charming, with hundreds of pictures of celebrities who've dined here and firefighter and police patches from all over the US lining the walls. It's almost certain that the place hasn't been painted or renovated in quite some time, and that's part of the charm. Their menu offers a selection of 30 different pizzas, and yes, I did count. We decided to go for 2 different pizzas. The first was the 10-inch regular cheese pizza. Let's start off with a good. It came piping hot and loaded with toppings. There was so much cheese on it, which I personally liked, but for some it may be a bit too much cheese. The sauce was fine, not really that memorable, but not offensive either. And now moving on to the not so good. Regina's pizza features a thin and crispy crust, but yet somehow it felt very dense. To me, it didn't feel quite right. I'm not sure if it's the freshness of the dough or the stretching, but it was not my favorite, both texture-wise and flavor-wise. It kind of tasted like a dense cracker, as if it was made of flour and water only. Personally, I thought this pizza was kind of mediocre, mostly because of the dough. The pizza wasn't terrible, but also wasn't exactly amazing either. For the second pie, we got the spinaci e pomodoro pizza. This one was quite different than the cheese pizza, and I actually liked it better since it was very flavorful. The sweetness of the ripe cherry tomatoes pairs really nicely with the savory tomato sauce, and the mild creaminess of the mozzarella cheese adds a really nice richness. The fresh spinach contributes a pleasant earthy note, and for the seasoning, it had Regina's garlic sauce, which really enhances the overall flavor profile. But I still don't love the crust. If you decide to come here, I would definitely recommend trying 2 different pies as they are quite different. For my ratings, I give Regina's a 3 out of 5. The ambiance and experience is nice since the place is so historic, but I think the pizza was just okay. Regina's is definitely a very popular spot with tourists. If you have a chance to go here, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. So this wraps up our North End pizza tour. To briefly summarize my recommendations, if you want a quick and delicious slice of New York style cheese pizza, then head on over to Ernesto's. You will not be disappointed. For a modern interpretation of pizza, I highly recommend going to Locale as it is absolutely delicious. If you want to try a Sicilian style pizza, my top choice is Bova's for best flavor, Parziale's is good for a quick bite if you don't have much time, and Galleria Umberto for best ambiance. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more travel content.